If you're serious about getting a husband, and I know you are because you clicked on this video, you really have to be. Hey you guys, in this video I'm going to share with you some tips that really helped me when I was fasting for a husband. At the end I'll share with you why I'm wearing this sweater and looking like this, so be sure to watch the entire video. But I'm going to share with you some tips that can really help you during your fast. If you are fasting right now, these tips will be helpful. If you're thinking about fasting for a husband, these tips will be helpful. You know, you can always choose one or two tips that I'm going to share with you that can help you during your fast. I truly believe prayer and fasting really expedited things, but there are other things during my fast that I think really not only helped me, but helped me as a wife. So I'm going to share these things with you and have an open heart and an open mind. Here we go. So tip number one is to change your mindset. I know it's so cliche, change your mindset, but for real, it's to believe that you can be a wife. You don't need to know how it's going to happen. You don't need to know how you can make it happen. Just believe that you have the ability to be a wife, and not only a wife, but a good wife. So internalize that as much as you can. I can be a wife. You know, I can have this. Despite you not having a good example of it, despite your past relationships, don't worry about any of that. Just believe that marriage can happen for you and believe that you can be a great wife. Next tip is make space for your husband. This is so crucial in the physical space, right? So, you know, fasting and praying is the spiritual space. In the physical space, make room. Do an intense clean out of your apartment, of your room, of your closet. I literally made room for my husband before I even had a boyfriend, met him, anything. I literally cleaned out my closet, got out all the things that was not serving me anymore, all the things that didn't fit, and I made a legit side for him. Because in my mind, I knew and I believed that he was coming. I just knew that I had to take certain steps to make sure that he had space. Physically, I wanted to make room for him in my life. The next tip that I can share with you is do the changes that you need to do. Like, I feel like we always know what changes we need to do, whether it's being more mature, being more communicative, you know, being less mean, being happier, you know, really working out, eating better, doing the things that we love more, starting school. There's so many things that we can change about ourselves right now that we just don't do because there's something that's stopping you from making that change. So I'm hoping you watching this video that you'll be able to do the changes that you need to do. A lot of times we think that we're all set, you know, we're just waiting, but there's so many things that you can change or so many things you can work on. You can learn a new language, you can learn about politics, you can do all these things. I feel like that not only can enhance your self-esteem and the things that you want to do, but make you more of an interesting person. The next tip that I can share with you while you're doing your fast is really listening. Like listen to what God is trying to tell you. Ask questions and just wait for the answer. Listen. It's okay. He will reply in some kind of way. You just have to pay attention and listen. Sometimes I feel like we do a lot of the talking, but really be silent. Silence your mind. Try not to go crazy and just listen. Another tip is to really silence the negative thoughts. This is very hard. I know, especially if you have insecurities, if somebody told you you were some kind of way, if you yourself just put yourself down, you have to really be more positive. Being more positive can get you better results. particularly when you're fasting for a husband. And the last tip that I can share with you is be patient. For me, if you saw my last video about how I met my husband, I had to be patient, but doing all these things helped expedite it while I was fasting, while I was in scripture, while I was praying for guidance and direction. Be careful while you're doing these things. The devil is a liar and will try to throw you off your game. He will try to throw you off your fast by enticing you with food or enticing you with certain things. He may even bring an ex to try to entice you to not follow through what God is telling you. And if you're not sure, ask more questions. And if you're not sure, ask God for big signs. Literally, I was getting signs back to back, and an ex came back into my life, and I was just like, oh my gosh, confused, right? But I kept asking those questions. Is this right? I don't know, maybe, you really have to ask the questions and just have faith and follow through with your fast. If you're serious about getting a husband, and I know you are because you clicked on this video, you really have to follow through with whatever you need to do. Now, your fast is going to be different from other people's fasts, from my fast. My fast was a calling from God and through other people. Like my friend mentioned, hey, you should just fast. And I was like, okay. And I prayed about it and figured out the time frame with God when I would fast. And I told God that I would make the changes. I told God that to help me to be better, to be a better wife for my husband, even though I had no one at the time, help me in choosing the right person. And I just kept praying that he would bring him to me. And so if you're wondering what you should do during your fast, let me just recap. One is really change your mindset. You can be a wife. You are marriage material. Find a way to really make yourself believe it even more. Maybe just visualize a ring on your finger. Don't actually put one on because I think that's bad luck, but visualize a ring on your finger. What I used to do is I would use a band. This is my wedding band, right? But I would put it on my opposite finger and I would look at it and think of it being on the other side. It's like mind games, so to speak. But, do something that that you'll believe in it more. Make room for him. Literally physical space, spiritual space, all of that. Make room for him. Listen to what God's telling you what to do and be patient. It's going to happen for you. You just have to follow through. Silence the negative thoughts because you don't need that. You need all the positivity during this space. And also you can not only get rid of the things in your room, in your apartment, but get rid of the people that are not serving you, that are blocking you. Because there are some people who may be trying to block your blessings, for sure. They may want you to be single. I'm not saying it's happening to you, but if you get that feeling that this friend is not so great, this family member is a little shady, then keep your distance from them. So, in any case, I was going to tell you why I'm wearing this. I actually finished doing a shoot with my family, my own family, and I wanted to mention this because there was a point where I didn't think it would happen for me. There was a point where I'm going to be single forever. There's a point where I didn't think I would have children. Not only was my uterus not the right shape to carry a child, but I just thought it's just not going to happen for me. And it's not till I said, I want it to happen to me. Okay, God, I'm listening. I want to follow through. To be able to do a family shoot with all of us wearing the same sweater and having fun is just amazing to me. And it's such a blessing from God. And I want that blessing for you. I know how it feels to feel like it's not going to happen for you, and that's why I'm doing this video. If you want more information about how I was able to, you know, transition from being single to married, you can check out my book. I'll leave it down in the description box. It may help you during your transition, and you can check out my other videos on my channel. I do like to do like vegan videos, exercise videos, but from time to time I love doing these kind of videos. I'm also thinking about doing like, not like a call-in show, but just to have a conversation with one of you about, you know, what you've learned, what you want, and something that you would teach someone else, because I think it's so important for us to learn from each other. So if you are interested in just having a conversation with me, let me know in the comments down below or email me. But I appreciate it. Try and do or say something kind to someone today. You never know, it might go a long way. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.